All right.
Law is shifting, and the old map doesn't work anymore. This is Legal Pirates, a podcast for founders, operators, and personal injury leaders who don't wait for permission to lead change. We are category designers and collaboration friendly. Each episode explores the moves reshaping how law is built, delivered, and trusted. One question guides every conversation. What map are you using now that the old one no longer works? Let's navigate the shift. Hey guys, I'm here with Dave Buckley. Good to see you. So yeah, even though he's a Pats.
Nah.
So David, tell us a little bit about your firm.
Well, so I am an attorney based out of New Hampshire, also licensed in Massachusetts, been practicing a little over 30 years. We are a personal injury firm, and I advocate for my clients. Our core value is to make a difference in the lives around us, and we do that by being able to help our clients get not only the result that their case deserves, but help them in their process of getting better. We're very good at knowing our anatomy. We're very good at knowing our clients' injuries and what care they should be getting or what care they should be asking for, because we want them better faster. We don't want them to be in pain any longer than they has to be, because there is a difference between being sympathetic and being empathetic. What's the difference, Nick? What's the difference between being sympathetic and empathetic?
I think that empathetic is you putting yourself in their shoes as if you were feeling that pain.
Exactly. So that's sympathy, though.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So
tell me.
Sympathy is if you have a broken arm,
Mm-hmm.
and I've never had a broken arm, I can feel bad for you because I can appreciate the pain that you're in. Okay. If you have a broken arm and I have had a broken arm, I am empathetic. I know that pain, right?
I see.
So the difference is what I bring to the table for my clients is that in my early 40s, I injured my back, and I spent my early 40s going to physical therapy and getting injection therapy until that didn't work. And in my early 50s, well, I should say in 3 years, from 48 to 51 or so, I was in constant 8 out of 10 pain because my back was just to a point where physical therapy and injection therapy didn't work. And when you are in chronic pain,
Mm-hmm.
you are no fun to be around. You think you're doing well, you think you're handling well, but you're really not. It impacts your well-being. It impacts the relationships that you have with your family members, your co-employees, your coworkers, I should say, your kids. And then I had surgery.
Mm-hmm.
I had L4, L5, and S1 surgery. I had those discs replaced, and I have been pain-free ever since. So I know the difference between being pain-free and being in chronic pain. And the options. And so when I have a client come in and they have pain radiating down their legs, or they have pain shooting down their arms, I know they have a disc injury. A disc injury. If you have this is your spine, this is your vertebrae,
Yeah.
and imagine I have a water balloon in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
If I squeeze that water balloon, what's going to happen? It's going to bubble out,
Yeah.
right? Your disc, that water balloon is your disc. It's going to bubble out, and it's going to hit a nerve. And depending if it's in your neck or your lower back, you're going to have pain going down your arm, or pain going down your requires specialized care. Now, in managed medicine, what's going to happen is if you go into your doctor and you complain of the pain that I just described, the doctor knows that he cannot jump to an MRI right away. He knows he can't jump to injection therapy right away. Why? Managed care and the insurance company is going to require him to be conservative, or her to be conservative. So that means over-the-counter medication. That means prescription medication. That means physical therapy. The problem with all that, though, Nick, is that by the time they get to a point where the insurance company is going to allow for an MRI, it's going to be 6 months down the road. And in that 6-month period, what's going to happen is you are going to be in chronic pain. You're going to have pain going down your arm, pain going down your leg that you cannot make go away. no matter what you do. And physical therapy isn't going to make it go away. And the pain medication is only masking it. And what you're doing is you're impacting your own quality of life. You're impacting the lives of those around you. So what we do at our firm, because we know our anatomy, because we know the medical system, we get our clients to get an MRI within 10 days of being injured. And we do that through magic.
Yeah, facing the camera a little bit.
And
I got lost in the conversation. We're not even facing the camera.
Okay. Sorry about that. Sorry. Look how handsome we are.
I got lost in it. No, first of all, you are a true professional that cares deeply about your clients.
Well, thank you.
Which makes it obvious why you're successful, why you have a successful firm. And it's not so much as empathy, because I've never had that type of pain, but my mother suffers from rheumatoid arthritis. She's in constant pain.
Absolutely.
So I know when my wife says, like, she annoys my wife or something like that because she's snippy. Well, I'm thinking to myself, that woman's in constant pain. Like, I would be snippy too.
It's true. It's true. But the problem with that is when we know our client has a particular injury, the radiating pain, by getting an MRI within 10 days of us knowing that they have this injury,
right?
That MRI is showing objectively that injury.
Okay.
And what happens is their doctor might not have recommended them to get the MRI because they know insurance is going to cover it.
Right.
We have a workaround. We have an arrangement with MRI facilities that will allow us to send our clients there and pay that bill later.
Oh.
Okay. So we are getting an objective finding, and then they're taking that MRI to their doctor, and they're saying, "Oh, physical therapy isn't going to help. Injection therapy isn't going to help. Let's get you to surgery and get this taken care of."
Wow.
Case in point, I had a kid. He was 21 years old. He was in a car crash, torn rotator cuff. Well, I should say he had an injury that was shoulder related.
Okay.
Right. And his doctor recommended. This is he was in college. He played pickup sports. I think baseball is what he played. Not as on a team sport, but just as a pickup sport.
Yeah.
And he was a pitcher, and he was a lefty, and he was in this constant pain. And I said, let's get you an MRI. And because the doctor was saying it's a sprain, it's a strain. Within 10 days, we got that MRI. 20 days later, he had surgery. Traditionally, he would have been on a course of treatment that lasted 6 months. He would have lost all that time playing baseball. He still had to recover. But we recognize the injuries our clients have, that we recognize the type of specialized care they need. And we do this because I don't want them to be in pain any longer than they have to.
Wow. So on the other side of the aisle is the insurance company that wants to stretch it out. I mean, I'm just asking.
The medical insurance.
This is correct.
Yeah.
Wants to stretch it out, and they don't really care as much about the person's pain or recovery, but all they care about is stretching it out and minimizing the expenses, especially on the front end.
Exactly right. Because here's the thing. Here's the funny thing. If you hurt your arm and you go into the doctor's office, they're going to give you an X-ray. Why?
Right.
An X-ray costs $10, right? And an X-ray is going to definitively show whether or not you have a broken bone. If you have a broken bone, they're going to put a cast on it.
Right.
The same is not true with a herniated disc. A herniated disc is popping out like this and hitting your nerve. You can't see this on an X-ray. You can't see it on a CT scan. You need a $3,000 or $5,000 MRI image, and they don't want to spend that money.
Doing the right
exactly. Almost eyesight space, it's spine space, and it's reaching out and hitting that nerve. What happens is physical therapy will provide some palliative care. Palliative care meaning pain management. It's not curative. Physical therapy is not curative. It's designed to get you accustomed to a certain level of pain so you can bend down and grunt a little bit, but okay.
Right.
Injection therapy, what it does is it injects medicine that is a combination of an anti-inflammatory and an anesthetic. So when you're getting that injection, it's designed to last 3 months at a time. It's long-term pain management. And so this is what the doctors are doing with conservative care. They are treating you because it's a business model as well, right? Medicine's a business model as well, and so they have you on this course of treatment that is designed to allow you to live, manage yourself in such a way that you can get on with life, but it's not curative. If we see a person who has radiating pain, we know there is a curative option. We know there's a curative option. Oh, my phone is ringing. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm gonna shut this off. So sorry.
You're so passionate about this. I love it. And what I love about you, David, is that you are so focused on the client. It's like you're not even thinking about this other noise. You're like, how can I get the best care for this client and get them out of pain, into recovery, and back to their normal life?
Exactly, because I have been there. I think that's the difference between sympathy and empathy. I want to just tell you another story about sympathy and empathy. I had a client who suffered an eye injury, and his eye injury resulted in him having a sensation of having an eyelash in his eye.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
and I told the adjuster the value of this case is X. And he says, no, it's not. It's substantially lower.
Okay.
And I said, well, you're putting me in a spot where I'm going to have to litigate this case. And let me tell you what's going to happen. When I pull a jury, I can only hope that I have one person on the jury who is empathetic, who has experienced the condition and the pain that my client is in. And if I have one client one jury member who's empathetic, then I'm gonna have an ability to have that person in the jury room explain how this injury is really impacting them. All the other jury members are gonna be sympathetic. If I pull this jury on this eye case where my client has the sensation of having an eyelash in his eye, every person in the world who has ever been born, who is living now and who will live in the future has had or will have an eyelash in their eye. And they know what that feels like. They know what that feels like. They know they want that eyelash out of their eye immediately. And my client lives with that sensation 24 hours a day. What do you think the result is going to be?
Your tooth, you just can't get rid of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He gave me my he says, you make a good point. Here you go.
You are fantastic. What a great storyteller and what a great conversation.
Thank you very much,
tell
Nick.
people where to find you?
Sure. We have offices all throughout New Hampshire. We're in Manchester, we're in Concord, we're in Laconia, we're in Portsmouth, we're in Londonderry, and soon to have an office in Lowell, Massachusetts, because I'm also licensed in Massachusetts. And our call sign is, if you're injured, call Buckley.
Call Buckley. You heard it here first. Thanks for listening to Legal Pirates. Remember, the old rules aren't coming back. Follow the show and keep charting your own course. We'll see you next time.